This is a random aside, but back when I worked at Radio Disney, the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, like 2 had just released, and we knew, like everybody knew about 3. I knew, like I saw the poster and was like, oh, that's neat. I was gonna go see that movie, and my boss said, oh, you have no idea. They've already planned for 5, and I was like, that already seems like too much. So I was like, God, maybe 16 at the time. So I was aware of what was to come for way too long.
The corpse was moved post-mortem.
Oh, there's a chapter called the... Wait, how did he know what to call these chapters beforehand?
He explains in the intro, like, I need you to fill in the rest of the book. I was only able to make this sort of outline.
But, like, that kind of outline... you don't label a chapter The Doom if you think, like, if you aren't at least mildly aware of something very specific happening.
I think it's safe to say he was aware that a Kraken attacked. Also, probably worth pointing out, Henry Evans, who is signed to that note, I believe, yes, he is on the crew manifest. He was the surgeon.
Oh.
So he's a survivor of this.
I see. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Never mind.
And he was probably witness to the doom. All right. So my stopwatch is shaking, but I do want to try and nail down... Well, first let's just take care of that fate. Oh, right. Couple things worth explaining. If you right-click, you zoom in, and if you highlight a person in a scene, it will show them in the sketches, and you can jump straight to that.
Okay. I assume the stopwatch shaking, it means you're out of time.
Oh, no. The stopwatch shaking, which I've accidentally triggered, is because there's another dead body in the scene.
Oh.
What you can do with a stopwatch is chain death memories together.
Ooh, layered deaths.
To reveal corpses that have since been removed from the ship.
Let's see.
And making them manifest sort of, holographically.
Visually.
Yeah, on the ship. Like this guy who had not a great day.
I'm gonna assume he was clubbed to death.
Reasonable. Anyway, but that was kind of an accident. I wanted to actually let's hop back into Abigail's memory.
I was correct. That was Abigail. Because I was honestly just throwing that out there.
It's pretty obvious.
Holographic. Well, I suppose it is truth.
There aren't very many women on the ship, and among the passengers there is one Abigail Hoskett Witterell.
Yeah.
So safe to say,
probably her.
So there's a couple of ways the game will accept her fate. One is to say that she was crushed by falling rigging. Or you could say that she was technically clubbed by a terrible beast. Because the Kraken is definitely holding this beam that fell.
Yeah.
So, and since we know that Abigail Hoskett Witterell is her name, and the captain mentioned her brother,
We can presume
you can presume that someone who...
Shopman is a Hoskett.
Yeah. William Hoskett, first mate. And that's 3.
Hooray! It's a good thing that Abigail kept her maiden name, otherwise we wouldn't have known crap.
Yeah. And now those 3 become typesets into the book. And we add 3 to our progress.
Hooray!
Alright, so there was one detail. Let's see. Table of contents. Doom.
I won't lie, this reminds me a lot of a board game I've been playing with some other friends called Detective. Where it really is a detective game, complete with it. You have a set amount of time to like go through certain sets of information.
Gotcha.
We've actually built a big like red string board that we have hanging up in someone's house, so we all look crazy. But it's actually quite a lot of fun.
So I believe the person that she was calling Martin is this man, who is pictured here kind of collapsing to the deck as this strike occurs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go ahead, and even though we don't have his fate on the board yet, we can select him on the sketch menu and assign him
a
name for now. Sort of preemptively. Until we discover his fate, we can't confirm it, but I'm reasonably confident, so that's not a bad note to make for now.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, let's figure out the next death from here. Well, this guy's...
That man is not long for this world.
Not everyone here you see dies here, but my goodness, do a lot of them die.
Mm-hmm.
There are several great filters, you might say. Anyway, let's continue on the path now that we've got our first easy gimme 3 down. This guy, this dang guy.
I get the feeling this guy's about to open up a whole mess of bodies.
Fortunately, they only chain one at a time.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that sounds. You're missing the sounds, but my goodness, the little radio plays here.
I can imagine. I'm good for right now.
Yeah, you know. Oh.
Oh god, I was going to say something. Lost it. I hate when that happens. Oh, I remember. Do you think so? So this is a personal question of mine. Are we going to see, like, does the Kraken's death have to go in our book too?
This probably isn't a spoiler, but these guys aren't taking down the Kraken.
Oh, really?
No.
A shipping vessel isn't going to be able to take down the Kraken.
As it turns out, the Kraken was a bit much for them, and it's a small miracle they survived. As it turns out. So this guy is,
Renton Twain.
I could call for the IBM color scheme, or that would have been graphic. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Just a little bit graphic.
So that's this guy. Well, first let's just mark it down. Torn apart by by a foreign enemy. No, by a terrible beast. Just ripped in half. Yikes. This guy is another one who like has a really super high profile death, but is kind of hard to nail down and he has such a distinctive look to him as well.
Yeah, with all those tats.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure I just straight up remember this guy's name because he was such a pain in the rear. But we'll save that for a bit later. Let's find the next body. It should be highlighted.
I have the distinct feeling that somebody played through this and then went torn apart by and then clicked unknown.
Torn apart by Captain Robert Witterell.
Gosh, torn apart by who knows? Oh, you meant literally torn apart. I thought you meant verbally. This is the kind of guy who seems like you've gotten a great deal of dressing down.
Slammed by Captain Robert Witterell.
Just absolutely wrecked. I wonder what this this poor shipman who's like carried you out here thinks is going on. Just hearing you walk across the ship. Just like, yeah. For me, it's just these like large areas of black.
Oh,
goodness. I don't have the sound, so I'm just like, I don't know if I should talk. Burned to death in competitive slam poetry. Yeah, it's the fore and aft and port and starboard.
The explosion effects in this frozen time, you know, CRT vision or whatever, is just really cool.
Yeah.
I love it a lot.
It's very cool. To me, I was like, oh my god, a kraken and now a giant jellyfish being threatened.
A gelatinous cube? Oh no.
Oh, you're gonna know something about that.
Oh no. Looking forward to that.
I do actually think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to do my best to not kill you guys. But I won't pull punches.
Oh boy.
Sorry, that's a little spoiler for stuff to come.
Oh no, a bunch of RPG nerds are coming up with a campaign? This ain't so.
Oh no. But I meant for... They didn't know we were going to stream it until now.
This guy, exploded. Exploded real good.
Explodinated. Renton Twain by an explosion.
And that's the end of the chain. However, as a consequence of these men bumbling up with their rifles, the next deck is unlocked.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure how many watchers are on Discord. You know, people could see this later.
Yeah.
Hooray! A deck is unlocked. I was gonna say something else now. Nope, lost it.
So now we are on the gun deck.
Ah, I see they were I see they were transporting cannon.
Okay.
Are those doors blocked by sacks of flour or something?
Yeah, those doors, I guess, aren't terribly important.
Understandable. I'm gonna bet.
Let's watch another grisly death. Yeah.
Yeah. It certainly loses its gravitas though. But it was just ka-chunk.
Oof. There are a couple deaths that just kind of make you go, oh, This being one of them, I think. And this is still amidst the doom. The Kraken is why the boat is rocking and the cannons are supposed to be in use.
Yeah.
There are some dynamic poses going on here. This guy is parkouring over a bunch of falling chests.
True enough. I wish I was that nimble. Well, on the plus side, it looks like the cannon would have crushed his lungs, so his death was probably very bad.
Ugh. Who is this? How did they die? Just... yeah. Crushed by a loose cannon. Ding. No idea yet who this man is.
Yeah.
And time to chain it.
Crushed by loose cannon. I don't think that the Harry Potter books should have gone this way.
But little did we know, this man was also already dead over here. Let's find out how.
Yeah. I agree, Flame. At least it was probably very quick. But it probably felt like a million years.
Come on, a little ghostly trail. Show me the blood.
Show me the body.
Show me potato salad. No, maybe not.
I don't want to know what potato salad looks like in this universe. Please don't.
Oh.
I think that man is missing a head.
Oh, this one.
Oh, good. Oh. Alright, I'm seeing why you called it this one.
This is a very distinctive death.
So are you gonna find his head, like, in the next room? Or is that pulp?
That's just pulp. It's gone.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, definitely should not have fired the cannon.
I wonder if I can blame this on the beast because his, Kraken's tentacle is wrapped around it.
Shot by a gun. It's effectively a pistol for the Kraken.
Yeah, basically. God, but I love this, explosion, flare, frozen in time thing. It's just...
Yeah.
mwah.
Shot by the Kraken. Never thought I'd see the day.
Oh, by the way, that's not just one death. That's two there. 2 for 1.
Oh, God.
All right, well, shot by a cannon by a terrible beast. Got it. Actually, I don't think that's the correct answer. I don't think you can just get away with shot by a cannon by a terrible beast.
I kind of want to find out, though.
I think we'll find out. But I think, the solution I had to find was, this game is the prettiest gore-filled piece of media. In a way, yeah. It's some beautiful, stylistically rendered gore.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the answer I had to find for these two was to actually figure out, technically blame it on the person who lit the fuse.
Yeah, probably.
But, I don't know, blaming them for that might be a bit much. Somewhere around here, there's also... Ah, yes, the one who was crushed by this cannon that then shot their friends.
Yeah.
This was just rapid fire, just a bunch of men dying.
3 for 1. Man, that Kraken did good.
Kraken got quite the kill count.
Yeah,
as Krakens do.
The KD ratio on that Kraken is top tier. I think he could go pro.
What else does a Kraken do but attack ships and kill men? I'm pretty sure he's already a professional is what I'm saying.
Well, but he's not getting paid for it. Like, that's just the passion. That's just a passion project. But I think the Kraken could, like, monetize this.
Ooh. Yep, alright, so yeah, the...
Play of the game. Kraken.
Oh, God. It's... Oh, damn it, now I want to make a supercut of play of the game.
Goodness me. Yeah. And if it's anything like actual watch, the other team will all be crapping on it in the chat.
Yeah. Like, damn it, the Kraken again.
Kraken cheap, please nerf. And then one person going, well, at least it's not Bastion.
It's just still better than Bastion.
Well, Flame, some people take their hobbies very seriously.
This unknown soul was crushed by, I mean, technically by a terrible beast, honestly, or by a loose cannon. But honestly, I feel like probably the better interpretation was crushed by a terrible beast.
Yeah. The cannon wasn't loose until the beast got a hold of it.
That is true. Those cannon kills are... He's got to get the points for that. Even if it was someone else's gun.
It's like an environmental kill, too. That's really hard to do.
Yeah. Well, that's all the chaining we'll get out of this bunch on the gun deck.
Well,